The Islamic Free Will Dilemma in under 4 minutes. No philosophy, only Quran and Sunnah. For a more sophisticated and philosophical understanding, go check out these guys who pioneered it. Let's get into it.
They can't be Muslims if they don't fulfill these 6 pillars of Iman. To believe in Allah, to believe in the Day of Judgment, to believe in the angels, to believe in the messengers, to believe in the scriptures, and to believe in the divine decree, whether good or evil, whether good or bad.
The divine decree has 4 pillars. It is essential and important to believe in them in order to be a believer of the divine decree. The first pillar is Allah's knowledge. So we have to believe that Allah Azza wa Jal knows everything, past, present, and future. Pillar number 2 is that everything was written down. So it's not only Allah's knowledge, but Allah Azza wa Jal has written down everything that is going to happen. And this can never be changed. The third aspect of it is the creation. All our deeds and all what we do are created by the Almighty Allah, who created everything and He gave it its destiny. Fourthly, the fourth pillar is the divine will. Did Allah will the things to happen as we see them? Was it Allah who willed that this poor girl would be raped? The Prophet said, alayhi salatu wasalam, to believe in the divine decree, in the destiny, whether good or bad.
So Allah wrote down everything we will do, 50,000 years before He created heavens and earth. How can I have a choice in what I do? I know what you're going to say.
Well, no. Allah knew what you would do in advance and wrote it down.
First, you've reduced the divine decree to one pillar, the pillar of knowledge, or at least discarded the pillar of writing.
Pillar number 2 is that everything was written down. So it's not only Allah's knowledge.
Second, you fell into partnership with Allah by this admission. Let's see why.
Tawheed is divided into 3 types. Tawheed of lordship, Tawheed al-Rububiyyah. It means that He creates, no one other than Him creates. He gives life and death, gives sustenance. He provides for us. He runs everything and no one else does this. He has sovereignty over the whole universe. He owns everything. And who disposes the affairs? Tawheed of worship is known as Tawheed al-Uluhiyyah, is to worship only Allah. The third type of Tawheed is the beautiful names and attributes of Allah. Tawheed al-Asma wa Sifat.
The oneness of Allah in His Lordship. It's called Tawheed al-Rububiyyah. It means we recognize that Allah is alone in His actions. Does anybody control what happens in the creation besides Allah? No. How can somebody share in the creation and the command of the creation alongside Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? That means you've set up a partner. That means you have committed shirk with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Oneness in the Lordship of Allah means that He's alone in His actions, meaning He's alone in enacting the 4 pillars of divine decree. If Allah writes the divine decree based on His foreknowledge of my free choice, then I become a co-author, co-director, and partner in writing Allah's divine decree. Why? Because He consulted my decision, my choice, in order to write His decree. I originated what is in the divine tablet now. If someone is writing a story and orally dictating to a scribe, who's the author of the story? The person dictating the story or the scribe? The same applies here. Allah merely became my scribe, and I authored that portion of the divine decree. Allah is now serving His creatures' motives and desires. I partnered with Allah in the pillars of divine decree. Allah is no longer alone in making the divine decree. Oneness in His Lordship, or Tawheed al-Rububiyyah, has now been violated, and I committed shirk.